Hello, everybody. Welcome to Geology. This is the 101 lab. And if you were in my other lecture class, this is all going to look very familiar. A lot of things are going to be the same, including the announcements. If you're not, this is one of the things I'm a little nervous about. If you're in a different lecture class, I'm a little concerned that maybe we won't be going in the same order in that lecture and this one. So when you do your first discussion post, which I'll explain in a minute, I'm going to ask, are you in my other lecture or are you in a different one? And if you are, this is all going to look very familiar. So let's do a real quick video just to say what are the first couple things that I would like you to see. Our syllabus, which again, if you're in the other class, is going to look very familiar. The course schedule, which at this point is pretty open. Figuring out what this lab is going to look like is going to take a minute, I think. I'd like to do one or two and kind of see where we all land, and then we'll figure out where we're going to do for this middle section here. The definites are that the midterm is going to be this week, the final is going to be this week. We're going to do all the rock labs towards the end. We'll start with just this intro stuff and its timeline, move into mapping, and then we'll kind of figure out what's going to go on here once I see how it goes. I've been away from Oswego for a couple of years. I'm really excited to be back, but I'm also going to be new to Brightspace here. This is going to be a new environment for me. When I ran these courses before, I did it in Blackboard. So keep an eye on that. I'm going to continue to adjust this as we develop the course and as we figure out what's going on and we all get a little more comfortable. But it's basically going to be 1 week chunks. If this were a regular class, we would meet once a week for 3 hours. So everything will be done within week chunks as we go through. About your instructor, check that out if you want. No big deal. The syllabus, the reasons why I like geology, why I think it's really great. This course text is what I use in the lecture, and I don't anticipate we'll use it a lot here, but I might refer to it once in a while. And since it's free and it's online, it's easy. So just check that out there. What I intend to do is most of what we'll do will be either discussions or little quizzes or whatever this Brightspace allows me to do. And I'd anticipate probably PDF files, which brings me to another question I'm going to put in the forum. The high school course I teach, I use Kami, and I don't know if that's something that is available or familiar to you folks or not. So I'm going to ask about that. If you haven't heard of it, it's a very easy interface where you can open up a PDF and put text boxes or write on there. It's worked really well for those purposes. We'll see what your level of comfort is with it, and if it doesn't work for you guys, then we'll figure something else out. I'm going to be adaptable here as we all get going. Hope you do the same. Success-wise, stick to the schedule. Granted, we still have to figure some of it out, but you're going to get there. Keep in contact with me. Email is the best way. I teach high school earth science currently, so we're going to have to work around that schedule. I can email all day long, but if you want to meet, talk, Zoom, whatever, we'll have to do that on that schedule. I can stop by campus on my way home. Campus is about halfway between where I work and where I live, so willing to meet really by appointment anytime. The grading policy, I don't think there's going to be a ton of discussions. I'm going to do an easy one here to introduce ourselves, but I think within a couple of labs, we'll have a few in there where you'll put your lab material right into a discussion post. That'll be 10%. The labs and the lab quizzes then, the lab you do through the week and then submit at the end will be that chunk. And then what I like to do is, maybe not for everyone, but for most of them, a quick quiz that's based on that content. Just to check it out, see how we did. And then the midterm and final will be the last 30%. And again, on that schedule, that's the week of the 10th and the week, October 10th, and then the week of December 28th. November 28th. There we go. So there's the rubric for the discussions. Again, that won't be a big deal. Everybody will do great there. A lab each week. And as I said, we'll figure out what these look like as we go. Lab quizzes, I really just copied this from the way I'm going to do the other quizzes. I think these ones, if you're in my lecture, will be a little smaller. I just copied the same exact rules just to for the sake of it, because it was easy. But it will be based on what you did through the week. So it's really like if you did all your lab stuff, I would guess that these quizzes should be fairly quick and simple. Midterm and final, and the grading stuff. All right, so not too bad. To start off, and I'm going to do a separate video for what your first thing will be. What we'll have here is, as we develop through the weeks, these will all pop up under this table of contents. And then each one at the top, I'll make sure there's a survival guide. There's not much in here yet. It says watch this video, participate in the discussion board. Now, I haven't posted those yet. I will. But all activities for each week will be listed in that survival guide. I think that's going to be the easiest way to keep us all organized. So there will be a link to this very video you're watching right here. I'll set up the discussion board with a couple of things. Tell me about this, that, and the other. And then the first lab activity I'm going to have you do, which is Earth's timeline. I'll do a separate video for that in a little bit. Really, first day, Monday, if we just get in, introduce ourselves, check out a little bit of what's going on, I think we're in a good spot. I'll get this lab set up today, and then you can work on that. I'd say maybe today through Wednesday-ish would be good, and then I'm going to see how that goes. Feel everybody out, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll spice it up a little bit more. We'll get a little bit more in there for Earth's timeline and Earth's history. All right. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, email. We're all going to have to be a little flexible as we're adjusting to Brightspace, adjusting to the lab that, was scheduled to be in person, but because of these changes had to move to online. And but I'm looking forward to that challenge. And thanks for watching.